Well, I got the call. It's an email, actually. So it's time to put this face made for radio on the radio. So there's a change in the channel here coming up in 2020. Yes, we do data visualization. Yes, we do business intelligence, but I want to do other things. I want to do some fun things. I want to do some hobby things. This was a former career and now a hobby. I started in the radio business when I was in 9th grade in my little hometown of Riverton, Wyoming. One day I went to work at a radio station and found a computerized program log where a handwritten one had been before. That was the beginning of a career change. Software is now my career, and radio is basically now my hobby. KUVO is a non-commercial public radio station in Denver, Colorado at 89.3 FM, and it's also online, and I'm going to put the website in the description. This is a unique radio station from several perspectives, probably the most being that it plays jazz, and that is a unique niche format. Not many radio stations still do that. The other thing that's interesting about this radio station is that I'm actually not going into the station to do my substitute shift today. I'm going to be doing it from my home studio in Fort Collins, Colorado, connected to the radio station in Denver, Colorado. I'm on the air for 4 hours. Let's get started. The first thing we have to do is connect to the radio station so I can get audio from them and then can get audio from me. Now, in the old days, that was done with ISDN. Now it's via the internet. I'm going to connect using something called an IP codec to the radio station. And now I'm going to go to my console and bring the IP codec up on a fader. And there is audio from the radio station. Audio coming to me from the radio station, and my audio going back down to the radio station. Now, there's several things I have to do before I can actually go on the air. Yes, I have audio from the radio station now, but I have to be able to do two other things. One, I have to be able to control their automation system. That's where I play announcements and play current songs that they have on their automation system. Two, I have to be able to control their audio console, so I can turn my audio on and off, turn their automation system up and down, start the NPR newscast at the top of the hour. So we're going to start by using something called VNC. It's a simple remote control program, and I happen to have a VNC connection to the KUVO automation system with a super secret password. And once I connect, this is the KUVO's automation system ready for me to control. Now, I have another application here called vMix. This is an application that lets me remote control the KUVO console from my computer. Again, a super secret password. And now I am literally seeing the audio console on my computer as it exists at the radio station. If I wanted to be really bad, I could go turn one of those channels off and take the radio station off the air. But I'll be good and only do this when I go on the air. And that's coming up. All right. 4 o'clock is come and gone. 4:04 is when NPR News ends. I will turn NPR News off. I will play the after NPR News credit, and then come to my system to play what's called an intro break and a song.
Stocks closed higher on Wall Street today. The Dow's up 124 points. The Nasdaq rose 23 points. This is NPR.
Support for NPR comes from Paramount Pictures, presenting The Rhythm Section. From the producers of James Bond comes a new action thriller starring Blake Lively and Jude Law. The Rhythm Section, in theaters everywhere tomorrow. And listeners like you who donate to this NPR station.
This is trumpeter Brad Good, and you're tuned to the Oasis in the City, Jazz 89 KUVO.
All right, 2 songs down. Time for my first break. I'll back announce the first 2 songs, introduce myself, and play a new song. It's KUVO Jazz, KUVO.org. It'd be kind of interesting if every artist took a stage name from the instrument they played. Johnny Conga from Oye, 2012 project, Quiet Stroll. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, Lee Morgan tune. Lee Morgan trumpet. Lee wrote that, starting the 4 o'clock hour. George Peck in on the whole family is on vacation day. Rodney Frank's taking the day off, and I will be hanging until 8 o'clock tonight with a little conversation, information, and a whole lot of great jazz. So if you are a Canadian radio station, you have what's called a CanCon requirement, Canadian content. You got to play a certain percentage of Canadian music. We're going to take care of our CanCon requirement right now. It's a guy out of Montreal, saxophonist Joey Berkeley, has a current release called Moving Forward. The track is Alamo, new on KUVO Jazz, KUVO.org. All right, bottom of the hour break where I do traffic and an announcement. What could possibly go wrong? Self-titled album from John Patitucci on KUVO Jazz, KUVO.org, track called Then and Now. It's George for Rodney. It's KUVO Jazz, KUVO.org. Self-titled album from John Patitucci, Then and Now, the track. And Joey Berkeley Band from Moving Forward, and a track called Alamo. George Peck in for Rodney Thursday afternoon, and we'll take a look at traffic. It is fairly normal. Nothing notable congestion-wise. Let's see. Really about the only thing that's showing black is I-70 West from 270 to Colorado Boulevard, a 10-minute delay there, and then looks like downtown, pretty much typical slowness on Spear Boulevard in downtown Denver. This report is service of Indeed. More job posting information at Indeed.com/hire. Coming back with new Harry Connick Jr.
KUVO is pleased to welcome the Coble family, who have joined the long list of legacy investors to support our move to the Buell Public Media Center in 2020. At that time, our broadcast studio will be officially named the KUVO Coble Studio. Please join us in thanking the Coble family for their support of the music and understanding the importance of jazz.
Harry Connick Jr.'s current release, a celebration of Cole Porter, True Love, You Do Something to Me. It's KUVO Jazz, KUVO.org. Another thing that's really cool about KUVO is the freedom hosts have with music. While many stations give you a pre-programmed, computer-generated list of music and you just play them in the order you get them, there's a very loose format at KUVO in the form of a clock. Just drop songs that fit the categories in and play whatever you'd like within those categories. That music can come from a very large CD collection if you're at the station in Denver. But since I'm working remotely, I play music off the automation system or on my own system called Megaseg at home on my Mac. Occasionally, I'll drop my own CD in, and then there's always vinyl. Heading up to the top of the hour and NPR News. It's KUVO Jazz, KUVO.org, wrapping up the 4 o'clock hour with Cecilia Coleman Big Band and Liar, Liar. George for Rodney, quick look at traffic. Nothing terribly huge to report. 70 westbound at 270 to Colorado Boulevard, 9-minute delay there. That's kind of slow. Oh, let's see what else. 270 west between 70 and Vasquez. That's slow as well, as usual. Report a service of Indeed. More job posting information at Indeed.com/hire. Next hour starts with a version of Stories of Standard Stolen Moments you probably haven't heard. It's KUVO Denver, KVJZ Vail, KUVO.org.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Speer.
Well, maybe you spent your evening wrapping up at the office. Maybe it was a drive home on the freeway. For me, 4 hours in my spare bedroom playing great music and having a wonderful time. I've called the radio station and arranged the toss with the new hosts, and that is the end of my evening. Yeah, wrapping up with an absolute classic. Barney Kessel, Shelly Manne, Ray Brown on Green Dolphin Street on KUVO Jazz, KUVO.org. They went into a barn in Maine. Eric Bibb, Rory Block, and Maria Muldaur. Yeah, the lady that did Midnight at the Oasis and did Bessie's Advice, little bluesy stuff. That was nice, too. And a nice way to wrap up sitting in for Rodney tonight. I enjoyed every second. I hope you did as well. I'm going to get out of here and make way for Matthew and Dan. Nightbeat is next. It's KUVO Denver, KVJZ Vail, online at KUVO.org and the KUVO app.